Hi, I'm Plummy, and in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to the Fullmetal Alchemist series. Specifically, the episodes that we're gonna be reacting to in this video are going to be episode 15, the Ishbal Massacre, and episode 16, That Which Is Lost. But obviously, before we get into the reaction, there are a few things that I want to address. Like, first of all, if you want to see a full-length reaction of any of these episodes that I've done so far, or these two specific episodes, you can get that reaction over on my Patreon, link to which is in the description down below. By subscribing at the level 3 tier, which is $5, you get to watch all my full-length reactions that I've done. And I've started doing it, at this point, I think it was like earlier this year. I think it was in like, it must have been like March, like back when I first started reacting to the show. So the only episodes for which you don't get full-length reaction is gonna be the first two episodes. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue reacting to Fullmetal Alchemist. No offense to any of the other two shows that I'm reacting to, like Generator X and TNT, but this one is the one that personally entertains me the most because it has the most interesting plots and just the most things that I enjoy about it. Because not only do I enjoy the characters, I enjoy the story, and I also enjoy the gore, you know, and the psychological horror that we get in this show. So I really can't wait to continue reacting to this show, and especially with an episode named like the Ishbal Massacre. That seems like it's gonna be pretty fucking dark. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 15, the Ishbal Massacre, in 3, 2, 1.
You're facing a technique that's been passed down the Armstrong line for generations. That's hardly a blessing.
Man, I love all the different ways alchemists can use alchemy.
It's true what you said. The opposite of creation is destruction, and both must be served.
What is this? JoJo's Bizarre Adventures?
Brother, what are we gonna do now?
I don't know, Al. Let's just get some distance from that guy with the glasses.
The Nostalgia Critic? What did he ever do to you?
Get down!
This is turning into a real mess. That's a hell of a
No shit.
What about Braun? We found him on the road a few blocks up. Let's just say there'll be some promotions unless Ironblood can survive his brain turning into hamburger meat. But he was the Brigadier General. He was an expert in hand-to-hand, right?
I guess that wasn't enough to defeat the alchemist killer.
One day during a house inspection, an officer in the military accidentally shot and killed an Ishbalan child. The incident became a rallying cry. Massive
I don't blame them, frankly.
broke out all over the region.
Jesus Christ. Man, this show 100% would not be aired on TV in this day and age. No fucking way.
More fuel for the fire. It escalated into a full-scale rebellion that lasted 7 years, until the Fuhrer had enough. He sent in the problem solvers, the state alchemists. Why?
Okay, so they are
Because of their
the
doctrines,
Nazis.
the Ishbalans have neither alchemists nor up-to-date weaponry. Want them to demonize us even more? You think that's a long-term answer?
Did you bring the materials?
Is that the
I
piece
did,
of
Colonel,
shit
but
who
they're
got
still
his
under research.
brain
And like
blown
you
up?
Don't need them. Have you
I'm
not
so
seen
glad
the
he's
reports?
dead.
The resistance is growing.
That's because your excessive use of force is creating sympathizers. It's easier for the Ishbalans to recruit the other tribes.
What are you trying to say? That our Fuhrer's great cause is unjust?
Yes. Fuck you.
We've lost several thousand men. The civilian casualties are well beyond that. The whole country is unstable. This isn't a humanitarian summit. This is war. Now turn them over, Crystal.
Go
Alchemist.
fuck yourself
That's
and
important.
die in burning hell.
Every gathering point of resistance the state alchemists were sent to, they were all wiped out in a single night.
So they got their power boosted by those crystals, I guess. God, what a fucking Nazi! No wonder even, I forgot his name, has a fucking PTSD. Like the Flame Alchemist. I forgot his
Over
name.
here!
Colonel Grand, what happened here?
This became an underground contact point for Ishbal and insurgents. These doctors were involved.
Involved? They were treating them. They were trying to save
God,
anyone they
I'm
could.
so
That's
happy
right,
that
and
this
the
piece of
ones
shit
they
is
saved
dead.
were coming back to murder my soldiers.
Fuck you.
Stop that. You were a soldier following orders in a time of war. It's my soul that carries the sin. These doctors gave everything in the name of saving lives.
Jesus, I thought that was gonna go in that direction. Jeez, man.
How can we ever make this bearable?
Is that
If I
him?
run away, will you keep quiet and let me escape?
The Flame Alchemist? Because it looks like him. I wasn't
I
sure.
left with the Philosopher's Stones and all the research that explained how to create them. But I acted much too
If
late.
that's him,
The people
he's
of Ishbal
changed.
who
He's
acted
much more
externally.
confident
I
nowadays.
heard that I'm
Not at all. We have friends there. The Rock Bells. They make automail. I'm sure they'll be.
Bill. No, I can't.
No!
I can't go there.
No.
Sorry.
I thought so. Wasn't one of the in one of the pictures of that dead doctor on the ground with the blood and everything? I thought I saw a picture of a kid, and I thought that was Winry. Is that Winry? Is he responsible for the death of her parents? That's interesting plot twist.
Relax, sir. I just saved your life. Your flame attack's no good in the rain.
She has a point, Colonel. Wet gloves can't make a spark.
I did. Oh my god. That is so funny. How did he not realize that?
He's certainly a fast one.
After him.
You know,
now.
Mustang and Ed are genuinely
Go to the
very
train station.
similar.
Wait for Full Metal.
But how do you know he's going there?
Isn't it obvious? He's shielding Dr. Marco. He'll try to get him out.
Marco, wait. It's your call. We don't have to go anywhere you don't trust. We're not trying to steal your research.
No, Ed. There are other reasons I can't go there with you. I'm a stained man.
Are you fucking kidding me? How did he manage to get to them exactly? Are you serious?
This time I have an attack me just for you!
Holy fuck! Oh shit, now they'll have to go to Winry. I think I remember what happens in one of the next
I
episodes.
know your secret, and without this sinful arm you can't transmute quickly. That is your weakness.
He's gonna destroy the arm. Holy shit.
Back in the time you told me you lost your older brother died in Ishbal, right?
Correct, Fullmetal. He was killed by a state alchemist.
Well, I'm the oldest brother. So take my life and go. That's an equivalent exchange, don't you think?
No! What are you talking about, brother? You just said yourself a life doesn't equal a life!
You stay out of this, Al. I'm doing what's fair. He's not a state alchemist. I should be enough.
I promise before God, I won't hurt you, brother. But you should listen to him, Fullmetal. Your life for another is not a fair exchange. There is nothing in this world that can equal the loss of my brother and my people. Nothing will make it easier to bear.
Marco, don't.
It's like I told you, Ed, I can't go with you. Your hometown is not a place where I could ever be welcome.
Why not?
The two doctors that we executed in Ishbal. Their names were Rock Bell.
Called it! Knew it! it was Winry's parents.
Brother, I
There's
think
always
it's
this
been on
attention to
face.
detail with stuff like this. Everything is always intentional. I love it.
Go unstable on me now.
Okay. That was a pretty good episode, honestly. It was mostly an exposition episode with some really cool action moments here and there. But I really liked it. I was invested throughout the whole thing and hearing the story of Ishbal and everything and learning more about the motivation of this guy was actually pretty fucking cool. Although I still don't buy that his motivation is to avenge his people because, I mean, are all of them dead? And yeah, the military is 100% fucking Nazis. Fuck them. But still, there isn't much specifically to talk about this episode because you pretty much saw my reaction to everything. And again, it was mostly an exposition episode. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I genuinely did. And I think when I was a kid, I remember watching when Ed had to get his hand back. So I assume that's going to happen either in the next episode or the episode after that. So that'll be definitely a nostalgic experience. Because I have vague memories of it. But I do remember it. And it's probably one of the, maybe a couple memories of watching this show as a kid. So there's that. But yeah, it was really kind of brutal seeing the alchemist killer hurt Ed like that. I mean, Al like that, and then even break Ed's arm. So, and this also actually confirms my suspicion that, or kind of like what I've always thought or known about how Ed does alchemy, because he has a alchemy sign drawn on his hand, right? And that's why when he claps his hands, he's able to do alchemy. Because that's also true for the other alchemists. Like Mustang has the alchemy sign on his gloves. The strong arm alchemist, was it? Has it, I think, on his like boxing gloves thingy. I don't know what the actual word for those things is, but that's clearly a way to do alchemy quickly. But yeah, in terms of rating for this episode, I honestly kind of want to give it a 10 out of 10 because there wasn't honestly a bad episode, a part of this episode. There was no bad moment that I was like bored or that it didn't work for me. I genuinely enjoyed it through and through. So in terms of a rating though, honestly, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. This is probably one of the best episodes we've gotten so far. I really liked it. It's not as good for me as that one episode in which we got that fucking freaky alchemist who fused a kid with a dog, but it was still pretty horrifying in a lot of moments, so I gotta commend it for that, you know? But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Let's get into episode 16, That Which Is Lost, in 3, 2, 1.
Brother, what's going to happen to Dr. Marco? Are you worried?
The Fuhrer said that he's gonna protect him now. Not much we can do unless we want to start a new war.
Oh, I didn't catch that last episode. I wonder if they actually showed it, we just didn't see it.
Central Library?
And as a fugitive, Marco must have found a way to hide his materials right under the military's nose.
And the second part, what do you think that means?
Got me. We keep it a secret, the Colonel and the rest of the state.
You sure that's a good idea?
Listen, Al. I don't know if we can trust them anymore.
I mean, after hearing that they were basically
Humankind
Nazis,
cannot do
I
anything
don't...
without first giving something in return.
I don't doubt
To
that,
obtain
Ed.
something
I agree with
equal
you. I
value
don't blame
must be
you.
lost.
Crystal Alchemist was hiding for some time now. I've never informed the state.
It was a job well done, Colonel.
Sir?
I've been wanting to put the good doctor in protective custody. My second in command, the late Brigadier General, was violently opposed to it. But as you know, he's the one who ordered Marco to use his work in battle, against his judgment. This life has been hard on Marco, and I wanted to make it up to him.
But in terms of his research,
I just don't believe this guy.
I will continue to rely on you, Colonel.
He's too nice. If I've learned one thing from the military guys,
Journey.
is that they're not nice.
That
He's
settles
going
it.
with them.
Sign me up. I'll protect the boys on their journey for repairs and investigation.
We don't need an escort.
Really, Ed, and what do you plan to do if Scar shows up while you're missing that arm?
Good
Can't
point.
fight. Can't exactly carry your hobbled brother to safety either.
Children should listen to adults.
You can't call us children! Al, why don't you stick up for us here?
That's the first time anyone's treated me like a kid since I've been in this armor. Thank you.
The train leaves soon, Edward Eldred. We'd better go pack our bags.
Okay, I guess he's coming. I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
And this is the first time anyone's treated me like luggage.
Oh my god. Poor Al.
Gracious.
If you included any extra information in what you wrote, that's when I'll get upset.
Edward's much smarter than you think. Once he understands what I've written, he won't do what you want him to.
What does she want him to
And that's
do?
exactly why, before he reads anything, I thought I'd look into it myself.
You won't have a chance. You're going to die right here. Monster!
Oh shit!
The armor looks something like this. Are you sure that's what you saw?
Damn!
Yeah, you're quite a talented artist there, sir.
The ability's been passed down the Armstrong line for generations.
How can you act so casual?
It's too dangerous. We can wait here.
You can't understand us. We don't operate like you.
What's that mean?
Dr. Marco told us the truth. We know what all of you did in Ishbal.
I am the cursed Wormion. No, wait,
What are you
I
doing,
am the cursed
Al?
demon armor. Once your body becomes one with my steel, you will lose all emotion and be a warrior of death, for I will take your soul.
I love him
Sorry
fucking with
about
that kid.
this. It's been tough on her having to live out here with an old broken man like me, watching me hobble around all day long. It's funny the way a child's logic can work.
Line. Then you were a soldier. So which war did you fight in?
Don't tell me Ishbal.
Or was it? Wait, you mean you went to Ishbal?
Men are not men on the battlefield. We turn into some other creature.
Then maybe don't go to the battlefield. I'm so done with this stupid argument of I was just following orders.
Without any emotions you have. It's like a steel
Then don't become a fucking soldier.
But once the war is over, you can't keep it closed.
And I know that people are conscripted in some
I'll never
countries.
let myself
That should be
forget what I
fucking
saw
illegal.
there and what I did. This leg's my constant reminder. When I look at it, the whole thing comes rushing back.
That's your reason? You don't want automail that could make you functional just so you can wallow in your guilt?
That's not the only reason. It's true I've lost my leg, but I've gained something in return. Something much more important. Quiet. Peace of mind. The chance to live with my grandchildren, watch them grow. It's only after we've given something up that we obtain the thing we really want. Isn't that the way of the alchemist?
Yeah, that's right. But what about all those men who went to war and came back in one piece? It's the whole dream of a soldier, right?
Those people who came back
That
without a
doesn't mean
scratch
that
have lost
it's the
something
right
just as
thing.
real. Even if it's something you can't see on their skin. Looks like you've had your share of losses yourself.
Listen now. You remember when Colonel Mustang showed up at Risenbull at the Rock Bills? He said he came in response to one of the letters we sent.
Sure, I remember. You said he was looking for Dad.
Yeah, well, you think that was his actual reason? Or was he coming for something else?
He probably was coming for something else. So, not as good of an episode as the last one, but still dealt with some heavy stuff, which I enjoyed. Like, the thing is with this show, I feel like I don't really get to do as many jokes or have as much to say about it, but it's weirdly just the most entertaining one for me because there's so much depth to everything. There's so much depth. Well, For the other shows, like, especially for TMNT, it's a lot more flashy, which is, like, not bad, like, I still enjoy it, but for me, this one, just, the depth of it is so entertaining and everything. And I really can't wait to have finished and have the whole story of this show in my head. Because it is a really good show, and I'll probably rewatch it at some point, not on the channel for videos or anything like that, but I'll rewatch it for myself because it's that good of a show, honestly. Yeah, specifically for this episode, again, I like that it dealt with the Ishbal Massacre again and showing that not everybody, and actually most soldiers feel guilty and bad about what they did at Ishbal. I'm still expecting maybe more storylines about that and to learn something about it, because it doesn't really feel like we have the full picture about that, so I feel like we still have more to learn about it. But yeah, right now we are at the point in the story where I actually don't really know where it's going to go. As I said, I remember that in one of the next episodes, it's when Ed is gonna get his hand back, and it's gonna hurt like hell. But that's pretty much the only thing I remember. So yeah, I don't know. It was an enjoyable episode, but I feel like the last one just had more action and more dark and brutal stuff than this one. So in terms of a rating for this one, I think I'm going to give it like a 7.8 out of 10. It's much lower than the last one, and I didn't not enjoy this episode that much in comparison to the previous one, but that's just how it feels in terms of the ratings, how good of an episode it is. But yeah, these were both pretty good episodes, although the Ishbal Massacre is definitely a better one. And honestly, I've now decided that once I'm done with this show, I'll do the top 10 episodes of this show. I'm gonna do a video about that. And actually, I'll probably do a video like this for TMNT 2003 and Transformers Armada as well. Because if I do it for this one, might as well do it for those. So you can be on the lookout for those videos. But yeah, before we end this video, I want to give a huge thanks and a huge shout out to my currently one and only patron on Patreon, Omari Bridgman. If you want to join that person in supporting me over on my Patreon, or maybe potentially supporting on my recently created Ko-fi account, which for those of you who don't know, Ko-fi is a website that I found out about recently, and it's very similar in function to Patreon, because it's essentially a website on which you get to support your favorite creators, as long as they're on that website, obviously. But the biggest difference between it and Patreon is that on Patreon, you subscribe long-term to a tier and get benefits for your support to your favorite creators, while on Ko-fi, it's more like just donations, like when one does streams, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. It's just no strings attached donation. And there aren't really any perks to that, so I still would advise you to go through my Patreon if you want to support me, but you can also go through my Ko-fi account, which I'm still going to thank everybody whenever they donate me money in the soonest possible video that I do after I find out that somebody has donated money to me. And whether you want to support me monetarily or not, that's completely up to you. I don't really care either way. I would really appreciate the support because it will allow me to do more of these videos, but it's up to you. Like, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos for my channel, I'm also a writer. And as I just said, if you end up enjoying my stories or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can support me for doing the stories or the YouTube videos. But again, if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!